was if you see a woman 35 plus or 35 years on this planet, minty be so impening semda. So right at my 35th birthday celebration at a Lim's house in Maryland, and a Okomfour or Timmy Jane by commodity more than say Okomfour. I'm like, wait a minute, how? Okomfour in America, Okomfour in Ghana, Okomfour. I'm like, no, I need to have a conversation with her for us to know everything about what she is doing and how she's been a fetish priest in America. My name, as usual, is Zionfelix. For the purpose of this conversation, most of our chats will be in English. Thank you very much for watching. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
The name, your actual name?
My birth name by my mom, or my birth name is LaRonda Owens.
Okay.
And then my shrine name is Nana Afua Sawa.
Okay. Briefly, tell us something about yourself.
I'm an attorney by trade.
Okay.
I work for the school district. I represent children with disabilities, making sure that they can go to school and have the same rights as children who are not disabled. So that's what I do in the daytime, and then I'm Okomfour the rest of the time.
Okay. And how many years as a lawyer?
30 now. Yeah, over 30 as a lawyer, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Where do you come from?
I was born here in America. Okay. I've traced my family ancestry. My mom's, we did the African-American DNA test, not the white one, but the African-American DNA test. And my mom's people are from Nigeria, Yoruba. And my father's people, the shrines told me that they were from Ghana. And that's why I found the Ghanaian culture, and I became who I am because I was living out the destiny of my father's people. Okay,
so your father is from Ghana, and your mom's side is from Nigeria. Okay, so you are like 100% African.
American, yes. Okay. Yes.
I'm American.
Yes.
African. Okay. Mm-hmm. When I heard that you were Okomfour, I was surprised. Mm-hmm. Are you Okomfour?
Yes.
What kind of Okomfour? Because maybe the kind of Okomfour that we know in Ghana might be different from the kind of Okomfour that you are. What kind of Okomfour are you?
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by what kind of Okomfour, but I am an Okomfour. I mean, I can see, I hear, spirit talks to me, the shrines come to me, I carry the shrines at Akom. I see ancestors, I hear ancestors. So for me, an Okomfour is someone who has the ability to hear the unseen and speak to the realm that most people cannot see, who are open. So after I knew that that's who I was innately, I then went and became trained. I went through a multi-year process to learn language, like I said, how to do things, how to hone my gifts, how to use my gifts for positive, and how to actually, in America, use these abilities that I have. So,
I mean, growing up, when we were in school, religious and moral studies, we thought that Ghana has 3 religions. That is the Islamic religion, Christianity, and then traditional. But in America, I'm not sure you have traditional religion.
No, not really. We're here. There are lots and lots of traditionalists here in the States now. We're still nowhere in numbers to Christianity or Islam, but definitely there are practitioners here in the States that are Black Americans.
Okay. Are they practicing our kind of traditional religion?
Yes. Okay. Yes. And what we do is as a part of the training, we learn, because we live here, we learn most of it here, but we also travel back and forth to Ghana to our original trainers and the original village. Kofodria Nana Kwesi Apong is our original person who started working with us here in the States. So we'll go back to the village, we'll spend a week there. Matter of fact, we're getting ready to go to Ghana in December. We'll spend 2 weeks in Ghana with the new Okomfour who want to finish the process. So we will take them to Ghana to help them develop their skills and see it on the continent, to know that what we're doing here in the United States matches exactly what they do at home.
With a Okomfour, we are told that it's a calling. Like how God calls a pastor. It's just a calling, or you were trained, or
it was a calling. Before I even knew anything about this, just being born in America, I never fit in. Like I said, I could sleepwalk, sleep talk. I would be traveling in spirit. I would wake up the next morning and tell my mom stories about ancestors who I had never met, like my great-great-grandparents. She knew them. I had never met them. But I would travel, like I said, in spirit realm and talk to them and come back and repeat things. And they're looking at me like, how could you know? So I was definitely a misfit or an odd kid because I had these abilities ever since the beginning. I could see spirit, like I would see somebody and look, but there's no one there. So I've had that all my life. So once I knew I had it, I was like, oh, so how do I hone this gift or this skill in the States? And how do I use it? And that's when I set out on cultural repatriation, figuring out who were we before we were in America. And that's how I found the culture, and then everything just started unfolding for me. I would meet people would tell me things, and it just went from there.
Okay, so after finding out, you decided to go to Ghana and then learn on it.
Yes.
How was it being in Ghana, learning how to be Okomfour?
It was difficult because we're American. I'm not going to tell a lie. We were born here, creature comforts. So, it took some adjustment, but that wasn't my first trip to Ghana. I had been twice before I became an Okomfour. I went once as an Okomfour, and then once I graduated, I've been like 4 times now that I'm post, the training process, and I'm an Okomfour. I've been like at least 4 times.
How many years of training?
5 plus, because you're still learning. There's always new things to learn. So at least 5 years minimum for the basics. And then I've still been growing and learning ever since. And this is year 18. I've been at Okomfour for 18 years.
18 years. Ooh.
Yes.
So 5 years of training, what did they teach you?
The language, culture, taboos that we follow as Ashanti, all things culture, the food, how to cook, like I said, how to speak the language, and how to hone my gifts. Like I said, you come with these innate gifts from the Creator, from Odumakama, and then you figure out how you use them. And I decided, as I knew I could do these things, that I wanted to use my gifts as a community Okomfour, not just for my family, but for people on the outside who need help. So like I said, I spend my time now doing uplifting and teaching on social media, so that I can meet clients and people who are searching and seeking for something, and then I help them find it. So that's kind of how I use my gifts here.
So what's your Okomfour name?
A full sawa? Oh, you mean my shrines? Oh, okay. I have my first primary shrine is Nana Surgery, and then after him I have Asua Abena. I just got her in the last 10 years, so Asua Abena. I do ancestral work. That's my ancestral altar. I can't speak to the ancestors and stuff, so I do ancestral work as well. And I have my mom's side, like I said, is Nigerian, so I still have to go and learn and explore and do more stuff for the Yoruba side or the Nigerian side as well.
I think it is easier operating as Okomfour in Ghana. How is it doing that in America?
Very difficult, because I had to cut all my hair off. America takes a lot of pride in how you look, and you this and you that. So when I was in Okomfour, I was stripped all the way down. So here in the United States, I could not wear makeup, could not do this. My hair was cut from long to short like yours, and grew pessy on the way in the training process. Lots of things. I couldn't go places. I had to wear African clothes all the time, all day.
You wear this one outside?
Yes, to work everywhere as a lawyer, right? So it was very difficult because I had to work on my mindset. I was like, what are these people going to think of me? I'm supposed to be this big lawyer, which I am, but here I am looking with African clothes on. So I just stuck a blazer on top and kept going. Yep.
So how are you dealing with the weather condition? I mean, in winter, you have to dress like
Oh, yes. It's difficult in winter, too. In America, we make adaptations. We wear leggings under here to keep our legs warm, or long johns and stuff like that, or long sleeve shirt, and then put your kaba on top of that, so that you can maintain the dress here in America, and coats and scarves and stuff. But yes.
Over 10 years of being Okomfour, how do people accept you here in America that you are Okomfour?
How do Ghanaians accept me, or just Black Americans?
Ghanaians
look at me just like you did, huh? Ha! Can't be. No. Can't be. You can't be. They believe that the shrines can't travel over the waters from Ghana to America, over the Atlantic Ocean. That's one of the stories, but it's not true. We've had priests to come from Ghana and work with us here, and they see the shrines, work with us with the shrines, and the shrines were brought here to the Americas by Africans, Nigerians, Ghanaians, all of the Orisha and spirit realms were brought here by Africans when they came through enslavement or however they got here. So it's a little difficult. Ghanaians don't believe me. And Black Americans don't really know how to categorize it because they don't know enough about our history. So that's why I spend a lot of time doing teaching workshops and videos on social media and in person to just help our Black Americans realize who we were before we were here. And then for the Ghanaians, I just be, and either they accept it or they don't. And most people, once they get to know me, they see who I am as a person and, you know, how I operate. And then like, oh, okay, she probably could be doing this, or this might be real. So I don't argue with people. I'm not here to convince anybody. I know, you know, what my life has been, and I know how my life is now. So I know this is me, who I am, and it's clear. I have to just, you know, let people be if they don't believe it or accept it.
How have people been able to be convinced that you actually Okomfour? Because in the beginning, as you're saying, whenever people see you, they don't actually believe that you can do anything for them. What do people see for them to have a change of mind?
People that are close to me know that I can see things. I'll get messages for people. People's ancestors will come and tell me to tell them things, that people that I have not even met, like somebody's aunt or uncle or grandparents will come and give me a message. Like I said, when I get most of my messages in my sleep. When I sleep, I'm really not asleep. I'm traveling with the spirit. So I'll get messages and I'll end up telling people. And in the beginning, I was afraid to share. You know, I saw this person in my dream. They told me to say this to you, but then they would validate, oh my God, how could you know that? How could you? I said, I don't know. This person just appeared to me and this is what they told me to say, or this is how the interaction went. So people tend to believe me once I share a message or spirit gives me something and I tell them, then they believe, oh, how could she have known that? There's no way for her to know that information. And that's usually what happens. Something happens that'll make people believe it without me having to try to convince them. Or they'll come for a consultation and I'll tell them whatever spirit tells me to tell them, and they're looking like, how could she know that? How could she know what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling? And so that kind of helps too with, oh wow, something's going on here. I can't explain it, but something's happening.
Many Okomfour sewa ana ewo ne shrine ewo Maryland here in the United States of America. This is my very first time. My very first time having a conversation with a fetish priest, and it is because of who he is and how different it is. That's why I am here for all of us to know how it is being Okomfour ewo amanane. Meeting Zionfelix. Make sure I call a Google Play Store or Apple App Store right now. Download Nala. Nala is a remittance service platform. It is in this car and they call Ghana. So you want to send money to Ghana right now. If you're in the States, if you're in the United Kingdom, Europe, just download Nala and register. The rate is very good. As soon as you send, it goes to a person's mobile money wallet or bank account directly. No charges. If you're registering for the very first time, use the promo code Zionfelix and you get $20 for free for just using the promo code Zionfelix. Download Nala, Nala, send money to family and friends here in Ghana. Still here with a Okomfour sewa. Okomfour.
Yes.
There are certain things that you can bring from Africa to America and so many countries. How do you bring, or how did you bring all these things here?
Well, I did not. Some things I brought and some things we make here in America. We went to Ghana and learned how. The herbs and stuff, TSA and security has been okay as long as they're dried. So every time I travel to Ghana, I come back with the necessary herbs for making baths or, you know, doing work for people, depending on what kind of medicine they need. So that's usually what we do. And then we also have to adapt. Like yinya doesn't really grow here. I've had one friend try to grow yinya here. I haven't tried yet. I have some Timey Woo. I'll show you before you leave. I got Timey Woo.
Oh, okay.
I have a plant upstairs about 6 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
That I got, and I made it helped to grow, and it kept growing here in America. But most of my herbs, I'll try to get them when I'm in Ghana and travel back with them in large amounts to last me for a while. And then we adapt, as I was saying. So like a substitute for yinya, an herb that has similar properties is cerasee from the Caribbean. So if we can get the cerasee, which is a very sister herb to yinya, we'll use that. So sometimes we have to adapt.
Okay. So do you pour libation here?
Yes, I am. Empire.
Do you kill animals? Good.
Yeah. If necessary, absolutely. We just barbecued a goat leg on the 4th of July.
So if you kill
Yes.
it, then it turns into barbecue.
Yes, absolutely. We don't waste anything. We offer it. Well, it depends. If we're doing work for negativity, we don't consume those animals. We bury them,
Okay.
give them back to the earth. But if we're just doing celebration work, somebody's getting married, like when we got married, we did a goat, or we celebrating something, yes, we consume the food. We eat the meat.
But you know, we have tradition, we have our beliefs, and we also have the laws of the land. You know, Ghanaian laws are different from our American laws. Here they have rights for animals and all that. So when it comes to tradition and then the laws of the land, how do you work around the two?
Well, usually we don't do a lot of stuff out in public.
Okay.
Luckily, chickens and birds are still domesticated. They know we eat chicken, so the government does not give you too much trouble about birds. The larger the animal, then you get into the concerns. Goats. If you're on a farm, it's a lot easier because that's farm life. You keep the animals and you eat the animals or whatever. But in the city, like I live in an urban city area, I would only get my offerings right before it's time to do them, and then I would do the work and then process the meat. Yeah, and that's how we do it. So
Aside, do you have any Okomfour in America?
absolutely.
Oh, really?
Yes, my best friend is Okomfour. My other best friend is an Densini. And I have tons of Okomfour, Abrafo friends. My nephew is an Abrafo. So yes, all of the things, we run a shrine house or a shrine just like we do in Ghana, we do it here in America. We have Akom. Yes.
So you have your own festivals and
Yes.
and you display your powers.
I
Hey,
yes.
I want to witness that.
Okay, I'm sorry. We just did a big festival in May called the Ma'afa Kebuka, where we remember how they brought us here, but how the shrines came with us and never left us, and we survived 400 years of torture for us to be here today, carrying the shrines, protecting ourselves, growing and developing. So we just did a big festival. We'll do another one in September. September is called the Inyansa Festival, Wisdom, where we go back and remember and take the wisdom of the elders. So we'll do, big festival offerings in our home and a weekend. It's a whole weekend event.
When it comes to culture, people do argue that. I mean, we are in 2026, and we have to add modern or technology to it. When it comes to Okomfour in America and same thing in Ghana, do you think it's the same thing, or you people have added some kind of Afro-Fusem or American style to it?
I will say we do have to adapt because we live here. Everything is not just like Ghana. So we definitely have adaptations to things like in Ghana, we learned the traditional way to do it if you've been called is you go to your trainer's village or your nana's village and you live in their house and you stay there for however many years. I can't pack up and leave my husband and go to somebody else's house. I have my own family. So what we do is we've adapted the process to do the similar, but we don't just pack up and go move in with the person, with the Okomfour that's training us. We do weekly lessons multiple times per week. So we have to do some adaptations. Okay. Yes.
Is your husband a white or a black?
My husband is Ghanaian.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Anyway.
So he understands what you're doing.
He understands.
Okay. Any children?
We don't have any children.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But my nieces and nephews are exposed to it, so they know and understand what they up there doing.
So I hear that these things can transcend to your people after you. Do you have anybody that you are also lecturing?
Yes, I'm hoping that my niece, she's the most open. My sister is also open. My sister has received messages from the shrines as well as from other Okomfour that you should be doing the work with your sister. But she's not ready to yet. She's not ready. She's not ready to accept that message. So she's supportive of me, but she's not ready to walk away from her life and do what I do. But I'm hoping that my niece will be open because I definitely want to make sure that it's intergenerationally transmitted to ones that come after me. So I'm hoping that my niece will pick it up, and then I pour myself into my other friends' children too, my nieces and nephews. So the community village children are also following in our footsteps.
So what kind of issues can people bring before Okomfour Sewa?
All issues, anything, marriage, relationships. I do a lot of work. Asua Abena has me doing a lot of work around moms and babies. So when people find out that they're pregnant, they come to me for a bath, beads, protection. I do roots and stuff for them while they're pregnant. Then when the baby comes, I do the naming ceremony, the 3-month, the opening, the outdooring for the community, and the Intetia, the small one for the home and the family on day 7. I just did one maybe a month ago. My nephew had a baby a month ago. So you can come to me for anything. Life problems, trying to figure out what's wrong. You're not happy with your job. You're not happy. Things aren't right in your life. I open myself to spirit to be able to receive the messages for whatever people need.
Do you know Sikadru?
Who?
Sikadru, like if I want money.
Oh, money, Sika. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yes, they have to pay. Mm-hmm.
Like no, if I want plenty money.
Oh, if people want to come from me. Well, what I tend to do for money is I teach you money consciousness. I don't go to the shrines and say, give Zionfelix money, 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 money. I don't do that. When I was in Ghana, I saw those people on late night TV talking about come for me for money. And I'm like, well, if you got all that money, why do people need to come to you? Where's yours? So
it's not real?
I ain't going to say it's not, but I didn't like the way they presented it. Okay. So that's why I was like, if people want or need finances, I teach money consciousness. Okay. How are you living? What are you doing with your money? And then how can you generate or draw more to you? So I don't use my shrines as like, I would say circus, you know what the circus is? Like it's a circus show. I don't use them like that. You have to want to change within yourself, and I can help you do that. But I don't use them for like just random, oh, give me money. That's not going to solve your problems. You'll have money today and more problems tomorrow. You know, you got to figure out the root. What is it you're really looking for? What's going on with you? And then let's deal with that.
Okay. So in Cree, we have something called Ebisa. Mm-hmm. Like if something happens and we turn to the cause to ask them what actually caused it and all that. So in case somebody dies in America, a Ghanaian dies, and it looks fishy. When it comes to you, can you help find what the cause is?
If a person is having some concerns about someone transitioning, definitely I will go to the shrine and see what they tell me. I'm not necessarily investigating what happened to them, but maybe asking the shrines to provide the right information for that person to find solace, for that person to find peace with what has happened. Because we're not in control. Odumakama is, you know, God controls when we come and when we go, or if we're here or if we're not. So at some point, you have to leave here. There's only one way out of here, one way in and one way out. So, but if people need to find peace about transitions, I would definitely go to the shrines, because I lost my dad first before I really knew a lot about this. But I remember one of the last things he said to my mom was, Mama, we don't understand everything she's doing, but leave her alone. It's something to that. Because my mom grew up Christian, so she was resistant. Yep. She feel like this is witchcraft, witches and all of that. But my dad, before he transitioned, was like, leave her alone, Mama. It's something about it. I can't put my finger on it, but it's something about what she's doing. And within 6 months, he was dead. But that was because I was going to venerate him. I keep him alive. My father is able to now, in the spirit realm, connect with us, be with us, do the work that he's supposed to do on the other side, because I venerate him. I pour libation to him. I call on him for protection. I ask him to bless us in ways that he can help me and my family. So I think, you know, when people don't understand it, that still you can use it for different things. So help people find peace around transition, because we don't bring people back.
When I Okomfour Sewa in Maryland here in America, I'm going on a quick break. When I come, Okomfour Sewa will take us through the process. She takes people through, and she'll take us on a tour through her shrine, show us what is here, explain things to us, because I'm sure you don't know how things are right here in America when it comes to fetish priests and how they operate here. And today might be the first time. So by churching all these things and how she does it here. When people come where they sit, we say, no, they have a place where you sit, don't move wrong, remove your shoes, don't step here, don't talk like this, bring this and all that. Okomfour Sewa will tell us all that. My name is Zionfelix. I'll be back after this break. Let's go to China this October, November. Price in the Gusuno, date in the Gusuno, contact details. We be and a check going to shower. Fred. Na John is Zionfelix. Na yanko me see me do ko be am do be me or sia there your way Zionfelix organized trip. And you travel and told me na me mano. Mako China 2 solid times. I say more China out. Me to ma say be our China experience will be different. Call the numbers on the screen. Join Zionfelix for us to go to China October, November 2026. Welcome back from the break. I'm still here with Okomfour Sewa. or they go inside, no share how things are because Bano, or they go told before this recording, she did a lot of things that I'm like, okay, you have to see all that and how she does it here. Or more air no. My big mother here, Susie, and or Bana or the in your mum. Na this is for educational purpose. Na share how I see pretty in Abuja, Maryland. Meeting as Zionfelix. Please take us through. Let's see how you do it here.
Okay, normally when clients want to come to me for a consultation, we do some preparations a week in advance, week to 2 weeks in advance, depending on what it is or what we're going to be doing. But a basic reading consultation, my Okomfour, I will be here in the shrine already preparing. My Okomfour would greet the person at the door, bring them down, get them the water to cool their soul from the journey of getting here.
So you have people that you work with?
I have an Okomfour that helps me.
No. What Okomfour? Is it in spirit or human beings?
No, human.
So like a receptionist?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She's a keeper of the shrine, so she works to help me keep the shrines.
Oh,
yes.
okay. So don't prepare the people up there?
Yes. And then come see if I'm ready, knock, and then if I'm ready, then she'll bring them in.
Okay.
Yes. So once we get ready to come in, we ask the client again to, be thinking about what their issues are and what they want to bring for resolution or resolve. And then we would come and we would greet all of the shrines and ancestors that I have in my shrine. You don't enter without greeting. Okay. So that's what we do. Ko. As I mentioned earlier, my mom's side is Nigerian, so I have some things here that I greet for my mom's side. So I would ask that everybody, greet Koto at least to greet the ancestors of my mom and her people. And then as we move around the room, my ancestral altar, this is all of my family and my husband's father, my father-in-law. Remember what I do. So I do ancestral work. So this would be my ancestral altar, my mom, dad, sister, grandparents. Like I said, my father-in-law, uncles, aunts, cousins, great aunts, anybody who's gone. And I want them to be called upon and brought back around. I keep them here.
With that, I see, what is it, chocolate?
Chocolate.
And have,
peanuts.
Peanuts right
chiclets.
Here, toffees. What are they for?
They're for the ancestors. My father and mom and siblings passed away, so that's what the red and black beads are. My whole entire family. As we lost each person, we would all wear those for protection for a while. My mother loves peanuts. My dad loves candies. He used to smoke, so I have tobacco for him. I have drink for them. They always want to drink. I have
a priest.
Yeah, my father was a preacher.
Okay, so
yes.
With the drinks, does he come and drink the alcohol?
Absolutely.
The preacher.
My father was still a perhuman. Yes. So he drank in the human world. I know he want a good cold one right now. I know he would want a good cold one right now. Yes.
Okay.
So my grandparents and stuff love Coca-Cola, so I always keep Coca-Cola and chocolates and candies. I always pick up rocks. When I go different places, different rocks will stand out to me, so I bring the rocks and put them on there, a bore for the earth, to bring the earth inside. And I always do, like I said, mommy baby work. So these little bitty dolls represent the babies and the families that I help. Yep. And that's called ancestral money. So that's one of the things we do when people want money. I help you work on your money consciousness, but we also burn ancestral money to call money to you.
And I can see some
Aquaba dolls.
Okay.
Yes, for fertility.
Okay.
I help a lot of people with babies and stuff, so fertility dolls.
Okay. If someone wants to give birth and she comes here.
Yes.
Okay. So when you put their drinks here and food and those items here, you come and pick them and trash them, or the ancestors eat them?
If I open, like every meal, we do the ancestor plate. So every meal we eat here in the house, I can't eat unless my ancestors eat. So I put out a plate, and I know that the food has been received by the way it looks. Sometimes it's missing on the plate, and sometimes it looks a particular way on the plate to let me know that they received it. Yes.
Okay.
And this is a Sur Abena, another one of my shrines. I do work for her, so I have things out for her that she's asked for: ancestor marbles, the shrine, drinks, sweet drinks. She likes sweet drinks and honey. So different implements that the shrine tells me they want or want to have around the Fanta soda. I'll put it out for her. Sweet powders, rose. She loves rose oil, rose water, anything rose. So I have that available for her too. And these are all of my herbs and stuff. Like I said, I do baths for people. I make talisman and stuff. So I use the herbs to do baths, work, and then talisman and stuff. So I get my herbs from Ghana. Abakamu root is in here. Like I said, this is all yinya. I have to grind it up. I just haven't had the time. Some of it is already in the jars. I think this is kwamie and different herbs, but I use that all for my work. And these are the shrines, some of their outfits during our comb or festivals.
Okay.
Yep. And the last is my primary shrine, Nana Surgery. Not what I do. This is my first shrine. Nana Surgery, or Kwechibi as they say sometime in Ghana. So this is my primary pot. I come here first or Sil Avenue.
Okay. So
Yep.
why do you have 3 different shrines?
I started with this one, and then the other ones have shown up. There are many more. Nana Tigre comes around. Nana Daddy Kofi comes around. We have
What are the spirits?
Yes, we have spirits from other places. Like I have friends that are Okomfour that speak to the Haitian deities, Ogu, or Zili Freda, or Zili Donton. So once, to me, I believe for the American path, once you become open to spirit, any spirits will want to talk to you and communicate because they know you have the ability to hear them and to honor and act out on what they've asked you to do. So I pick the shrines up as they go. There are more coming, but right now these are the ones I have.
Okay. So I was my question is on a question a tree. Roughly be difficult. I mean transmit my kind of rough. I mean can you know when tia say once I gonna ebodia e bobi dua na then ya kodane. In case obi bobu dia wa Ghana na bia wa buchi na be say me dane say obu ha obodia na be say dane ya bitin ba na ho. When somebody curses you, I mean, let's say Raju has cursed me with snaps, and because he says I've lied on him to prove that he is innocent, all that, he's cursed me. Can I come to you for you to turn it?
Reverse it?
Reverse it, yeah.
Absolutely. I would work with you. We would first start with like what happened, what the incident was. I would also ask my Ochami to try to go make peace with him on your behalf. And then we could also come to the shrines for your own spiritual protection and all of that. Well, we would want to resolve it. But if not, we definitely can come and do protection work, get you some talisman, and even have to return to sender. If it's unwarranted, we can return to sender.
What if indeed I lied on him?
Oh, hey. Well, then you're going to have to deal with whatever consequences come with that. I'm not here to supersede the Creator's will. I don't do that. I work in conjunction with Spirit. I don't try to supersede. If I know you've done something dirty and you're wrong, that's why I said let's start with the Ochami talking to him and trying to bring peace. What has happened here? How can we fix it? And if I find out that you didn't help do what's right, I'd be giving you bath to help you get yourself together. Why would you lie on him? You know that's wrong. It wouldn't be more so reversal and do anything to him. It'll be help you because you out of order for doing whatever you did or lying on him.
Okay.
So
how do people reach out to Okomfour?
I'm on all the social media platforms. On TikTok, I'm The Ancestral Mystic. On Facebook, YouTube, that's how you reach me. And I have a website, www.ensromaservices.com. So Ensroma, NSOROMMA, services, SERVICES.com.
Okomfour High Tech. Okomfour has a website. Okomfour is on TikTok. Okomfour is on all the social media platforms. Okomfour High Tech. Okomfour social media. Just go on all the platforms. You get to it. Now let's go to our big mama.
Okay.
Susie, who is coming to Okomfour.
My Abasumfour would do all of this for me, but
Oh yeah.
So we would go for the consultation. Susie would come. We would open the shrines. Not in my pouch. So we would open the shrines, not in my pouch. And then we would start with a libation. I would open it with the libation. Then I would ask her, what's your mission? Why are you here? She would then tell the shrines why she's here. And I'm functioning as like a mediator, Ochami in the middle. She would tell the shrines why she's here, what the concerns are, or what she's seeking or whatever. And then we'd go from there. Spirit would talk back to me. I'll tell her. We'll go back and forth until it's resolved.
Everything. Many Okomfour Sewa and a Dim Kumo here in Maryland, USA, or Cheche and Yoma, and how she operates over here. Is there a way that we sit or we walk to the shrine, or do's and don'ts of the shrine?
Absolutely, there are do's and don'ts. There are taboos. You can't come in here on your menses. So if somebody was on their menses, we'd have to reschedule their consultation until they were clean to come in. There are other taboos that I follow and have to follow for the shrines. I provide them with the drink that they prefer, like I said, the candies, the cigars, the whatever the shrines ask me for, I'll present that, and I'll ask the client to also bring a gift for the shrine. The standard gift is usually some kind of gin, or a drink, brown drink, schnapps, or bourbon, or something. Bring like the White Horse, the whiskey and stuff. Bring a drink for the shrine as an offering for them to help you and work with you. So I usually do have taboos and stuff. Like I said, no, you don't wear shoes in here. If you don't have to, you don't wear glasses. If you can see, you take them off. Those are the broad ones that everybody have to follow. And then there's others. There are other taboos. You can't put this near this. This shouldn't be with that. And those are, confidential, but I would definitely have to ask the client to adhere to those as well.
So in movies, we see Okomfour do kung, and at times they use the chicken to go around the you do all that here?
Yes, if the message from the shrines includes doing offerings, yes, we do, like I said, chickens and whatever other animal they tell us to do. And we definitely cleanse you with it. You hold your arms out and we do the cleanse, and around the head, definitely all of that. And then we offer it. Yes.
Is your community aware of who you are?
I am. Yeah. I'm not alone. It's a bunch of us. It's over 15 or 20 Okomfour in the group that I belong to. And like I said, there are Brafo, Abasumfour, Ochaimis. So we have people, Density, people functioning in all the shrine roles in my community.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The final words to my people.
Final words is, don't believe the hype. We are real. Spirit is real. The creator, Odumakama, Tridiapon Kwame, is real. The tree that never bends or breaks, he protects me just like they protect you. So don't think that it's not real. Know that we are here. And if you're interested, you can find me, The Ancestral Mystic, www.insromaservices.com.
Okomfour Bronii, Okomfour attorney. She's not just Okomfour, she's also an attorney practicing for about 30 solid years. And I wire Okomfour so about 18 years at the account. Said you and your Obia unim dia oye. No. She's a learned person, and abatono kwam and or the account into unim near oye. And watch it be no money. So actually say yes, she's in America, but she's doing the right thing. She had this calling and she decided to honor it. My name is Zionfelix from Maryland, USA. And the conversation with you, bro. Bye-bye. No, last one. And right here in China, I'm here preparations for us to go to China October, November, as I've been saying. So October, November, we're there. China and Zionfelix will be air call. Let's go to China this October, November. Price in the Gusuno, date in the Gusuno, contact details. We be and air going to show Fred. That John is Zionfelix. Na yanko me say me do ko bia mo be come here or see there your way as Zionfelix organized trip and you travel and to be na me ya ma no mako China 2 solid times. I say more China out me to ma say be our China experience will be different. Call the numbers on the screen. Join Zionfelix for us to go to China October, November 2026.